Boom, viewers, subscribers. Back again with these quick updates because trust. If it's not forwarding from KingMixUp, it's not credible. And just to give you a brief update on Foota hype situation, I Shawna is being very upliftment in these times of tribulations of many. You see what I'm saying? She made a series of tweets. She made a series of Instagram posts. And a lot of people is speculating if she and the viral king is going to get back together again. We all know that Foota Hype has been detained by the Department of Homeland Security, and he is being held in a ICE facility, detention center, your site. And I Shawna is talking about freedom, and we don't know who she's talking about. But before we get into that, I need them to hit the like button, subscribe, and also the notification bell, because I say get the latest in the dancehall news, musical reviews, and gossip. And also, I'm going to be talking to a few lawyers, and I'm going to have them speak on this situation that Foota Hype is in, because a lot of you all don't know that he's in a more serious situation than what Una think. His side, and I've been trying to explain it to Una, but being that Una saying that I'm emotional, I'm rejoicing of his downfall, blah, 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 Una not listening to me. So I'm going to have you listen to two white lawyers. But before that, I'm going to have explain what I Shawna is saying right here. Okay, boom. Let us start off with this post since it's the most recent one. And as you can see in the top of the left-hand screen, she is in Yonkers, New York. And I don't know which part her son or her grandmother lives in America, but I'm pretty sure she's close to them. You know what I mean? These times you want to bring in the new year with your loved ones. So she's saying, as the new year approaches, I wish each and every one of you health, wealth, love, happiness, and freedom. And a lot of people is going over the word freedom, being that her baby father is not in jail or prison, but he's being detained. And she said, may all of you have a prosperous 2020 and beyond. Happy New Year's Eve 2020 Vision 2020. Your side. So with that in mind, let us move on to this quote that she put out. So she says this on December 30th, 2019. 2020, I will be moving in silence. You get what I'm saying? Silence. 2019 taught me that the people you think are with you is really against you. And a lot of people are speculating she's talking about Foota Hype situation and his true friends who's really laughing at him right now. And the hype life is not one to be sought after if you're not straight. So look like she's trying to put her priorities straight, her music, and let's go on to the next quote. Because a lot of people maybe think that I Shawna is emotional, but she's always on point with what she's saying. So she said, I just want God to guide and protect the people closest to my heart. Continue lighting their path and showing them the way, Lord. You see what I'm saying? Because we know Foota hurt her. You know what I mean? Foota embarrassed her. You know, up till a few months ago. You see what I'm saying? But they do have a child together, and regardless if he's paying child support or not, because we know he's not according to his words, I don't know if she's talking about his freedom. I would say that she's mostly talking about Vybz Kartel's freedom. Because you know Vybz Kartel and she is close. She makes money with Vybz Kartel, which and clothes and feeds her child. You see what I'm saying? But let us go on to Foota Hype and let us listen to this lawyer for a little bit.
This plan described in these memoranda is about ramping up what's called expedited removal from the United States. Expedited removal takes people who are quote-unquote arriving aliens or who have been found within a certain distance from the border and can't show that they've been here for 2 years or more, through an accelerated process that does not provide them access to an immigration court. So when you're looking at these memos or you're reading news articles about these plans, take note of the fact that the immigration court is run by a different agency, the Department of Justice, and no one is talking about hiring 10,000 new immigration judges. They're only talking about hiring 10,000 new ICE agents to deport people quickly. Well, deporting people quickly isn't necessarily guaranteeing their due process rights. I happen to value the latter more than the former. But so keep in mind when you are looking at news articles on this subject that this is about fast deportation, which is not necessarily proper deportation.
You see, it takes a white woman for honor to listen to me. I've been telling you that Foota is an arriving alien since December 23rd. And with him being that status, he is not going to get bond out of jail. Because this has nothing to do with immigration court at this matter. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I'm laughing at him, but I'm giving y'all the facts at the same time. And I'm going to inform on a little bit more insight in his situation. He has no wife. And he hasn't been in America for more than 10 years. So therefore he can't, or it's not even that he can't, he doesn't have anybody. And even if he did have anybody, they cannot file for him because he haven't been here for 10 years. You see what I'm saying? He can't use his wife or him being married at one point at time as a defense, because in the eyes of the court, the wife doesn't want to support him no more. So if she's going to be there at his side in court, it's just going to be for moral support. You see what I'm saying? So that's one option out the way. He hasn't been in the country more than 10 years, so if he got deported, his son is not going to be in a worse state. I'll just put it like that, because his son has been in America all his life, or half his life, and he's doing fine without his father. You see what I'm saying? Who's not on child support. So the only option he has left is...
Another option a lot of people apply for is asylum, withholding, and protection under Convention Against Torture. This is a hard application to win, but if you document, all your claims, then you have a much stronger chance. You can never really have enough evidence, is one thing that I always advocate. And after you apply for the relief, basically your case will be set for a final hearing date. This is called a merits date. This is the hearing that's similar to a criminal case. Similar to a criminal case, you'll have a whole trial, so you'll take direct testimony. There'll be cross-examination. The judge could ask you questions at any given time, and you'll have an opportunity to present witnesses and expert testimony. Depending on what type of application you're applying for, that obviously details what kind of evidence you'll...
And this is why I say he has a tremendous hard time. He's going to have fight in this case because he has no wife. So we could scratch that out of the way. He hasn't been in 10 years in the country, so his son is not going to face no hardship. He can't use that as an excuse. And that's why I say the asylum thing is his only route. And you heard what the lady said. He's going to go cross-examination. So they're going to ask, what did you do to piss off the gays? And he's going to say, I wish them, R.I.P. You know what I mean? And if they do social media investigation on him. So, You know, I mean, to me, his lawyers just taking his money and just buying him some time until they deport him. But just giving you that update, I Shawna is saying freedom for who, I don't know who. And, you know, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Around you say you get the latest in the dancehall news, musical reviews, and gossips. Bless.